KUGAN CASSIUS for iFull TV in association with
I
MTK
missed you
Global.
last week.
Why?
I know Helder was there, but you know we could have gone deep, so to speak.
That's a really nice thing to say.
Yeah.
I
I
was
rate
doing-
Helder. Don't get me wrong, but he's not quite as hungry as you are.
I'd
Like he
been,
actually, like when I'm knackered and I've just had enough, like he knows, and he sort of says, "Ed, I'll get you tomorrow." You're like, "Mate, can we just do just like 2 hours?"
I'd been outside
Yeah,
your
you would
bedroom.
have. You would have.
Yeah, the
Phone me,
meeting
mate.
day.
Come on, give me an hour. Give me an hour. So
I was doing Ultimate Boxer.
I saw. You look very well on TV. TV's supposed to put on weight, but you actually look quite slim.
I think for fat people it does it in reverse. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know.
Terrible shoes you were
No,
wearing.
no, they weren't.
Rascals.
No, they weren't.
They were.
People were going, "Oh, did you nick them from Eddie Hearn?"
I saw one person tweet.
Paul Smith.
Yeah, you know, people were just going, like loads of them, Paul Smith.
Did you watch any of it? Be honest. No. He's only 24, the geezer doing it.
Good luck to him.
We all started somewhere.
What, the geezer that copied the prize fighter idea?
No, but
Oh, I don't mind. But people can say, "Are you going to sue them?" It's like, no, like, it's not prize fighter, it's Ultimate Boxer. It's just exactly the same format with half the money. But good luck to you. Listen, anyone that wants to put money in the sport, anyone that wants to have a go, anyone that is trying to push the boundaries, which they are. And I saw a couple of clips on YouTube. It's quite funky, isn't it? It's sort of big
It was
nasty.
lively.
What was it?
yeah, that
Was that live on TV? that you
yeah,
told me?
that was
People
a,
on
a
my
moment.
left say CUNT. People on my right say fuck off. It's like live on TV. But boxing's changing, entertainment's changing, the way people are digesting content is changing. And if you sit still, if you're a dinosaur, you're fucked.
But 24 years old, you remember how you were at 24?
24 years old, I was
His name's Ben.
running poker tournaments on TV.
He was still doing
I
bits.
was a pup, doing bits, you know what I mean? We smashed that, to be fair.
What?
We smashed that, to be fair.
Decent press conference. Obviously not the
No, we knew
intensity
we
of the
weren't gonna
last
get,
one.
because Hay don't want to buy it. He's trying everything he can to stay calm and not just keep his emotions in check. Because he knows that on Saturday night, if he does not beat Tony Bellew, his career is over. And if he gets wound up, if he starts saying, "Your mum," and like he did last time, he's going to put himself in a weak position in the fight, and he can't afford that. He has to win. Salas bit though.
Salas did bite, which was surprising
It was.
because he seems the coolest man in the room.
Yeah.
And Tony referred to him
And he
as
was the
Mr.
only person
Miyagi.
that everyone was going, "Just want to say we really respect you, Salas." And he bit up at the end.
Are you already sort of planning what happens after May the 5th?
No, because you have to understand, Tony Bellew is. I have to be so careful what I say because people like always take a piss at me. Like, he's a mate, right? I class him as a very good mate, and nothing gave me more pleasure, even though he mugged me off in the ring, to see him, one, win that fight against David Haye, and two, secure the future of his family, his kids, and their kids as well. Okay? The only thing that I thought when he won the fight is, of course he's won, but the main thing, is he's done it. You know, all these years of graft, where he was fighting Masternak for average money, fighting Adonis Stevenson for decent money, but like for that kind of fight. You know, in the Chilemba 1, like horrific. Chilemba 2, he had to go and rematch him for small money. Even when he fought Makabu at Goodison Park, he had to pay up Makabu. We knew the show was a risk. So that was it for Tony. That's all I ever wanted to give him, was make sure that he was comfortable for life. And we've achieved that. Now you start thinking, hang on a minute, how far can we go here? This geezer's improving. This guy's a world-class fighter. Up at cruiserweight, he's hitting very, very hard. So now, it's not really about the money anymore. It's more about proving people wrong. It's more about now having a 3, 4, 5 fight plan, which he's thinking in his head. Before the first David Haye fight, that was it. It was almost like, win or lose, this will be me done. Now, it's like, what do you think after this? And I'm so pleased we're on fight week, because my bollocks were on the line. Because when Haye pulled out, I was the one who had to make. Is that your computer again?
Yeah.
I was the one that had to make the call, almost the advice to Tony. Tony went to meet Tyson Fury. He sat down. They shook on a deal. And he said to me, I'll fight Tyson Fury. I said, mate, I've got to tell you, this geezer ain't going to fight you. He don't want to fight people like you in his comeback fight. I'm telling you, no, Ed, he will. I said, look, Hayes the fight. He won't make it. I know he won't make it. I said, Tone, this guy is a stubborn motherfucker. He wants to knock you out. He will make this fight, I promise you. And thank God we're on fight week and it's on Saturday night like Donkey fucking Kong. And he's going to beat him again and he's going to knock him out. And this time, I want everyone to give him the credit he deserves. No injuries, fuck that. And listen, by the way, if we get to 8, 9, 10 and he's spanked him everywhere and he's pulling him about and Hay gets injured, so be it. It's a fight. You get injured, you get injured. Tough. You can get injured in a fight. And that's what happened last time. But now, it's not, you know, it's just about winning. That's all. And I see a different David Haye now. And deep down, if you were honest, you'd agree with me. I don't see that same geezer anymore. I don't see the guy who, when I sat there as a 20, 30-year-old or whatever it was, for the Haye Harrison fight, and I looked at him at the other end of the table and I thought, fuck me, you're a dangerous motherfucker. When he walked out to Ain't No Stopping Us Now and he stood on that ring canvas, and I just thought, I don't see that anymore. I don't feel it. And that's because he don't have the confidence. He doesn't have the aura. He doesn't have the momentum. Still a great fighter, still a great athlete, still a great puncher. But when you've got momentum, when you've got the belief, when you've done it before and you know you can do it again, that's the one I want to back.
Obviously you had quite an eventful week last week. As long as the actual boxing going on, there was a load of dramas going on outside.
Well, they kind of hit me with it. Like, we were supposed to meet on Thursday.
I thought it was always Friday.
No, Thursday. So I was flying in Wednesday afternoon, which they knew. And we were supposed to meet on Thursday. Then, just before I flew, they asked if we could meet on Friday instead. So I went, yeah, no problem. I said, can we meet at 10:30? Didn't hear anything back. And then as I landed, of course, they hit it with the offer. As I was about to go talk to the media, obviously the plan. And it was lively. It was lively. And then I replied next day to Deontay, who sent me the email and said, we're very interested. Can you send me a draft agreement? And he said, no, Anthony has to publicly accept the fight first. And I said, all right, well, there's things I need to discuss and talk about. So obviously the meeting was on Friday with Shirley, and he came back and with an email to the media first.
But addressed to you?
Yeah, but sent to the media first before it was sent to me, and then sent to me a few minutes later, saying that there's no point having a meeting, it would be non-productive until Anthony publicly accepts the deal. So it's really frustrating. You know, I'm not going to have AJ come out and accept a deal we know nothing about, only to get a contract through that's a load of shit, and then we have to pull out of the fight and he looks ridiculous. So look, I'm not going to goad anyone. Today I had a good conversation.
With who?
Just with, look, there's like
Shelley Finkel?
There's close to double figures the people that have contacted me saying they can help me make this fight. Some I believe can. Some are just chancers looking for a payday. But, oh no, Deontay, oh no, I'll speak to Al. Oh, leave Shirley, deal with me. You know? Like, so...
Yeah, but who's actually got the sound in? Al Heyman and Shelley Finkel?
And JDS.
Yeah.
And other people that know...
And Lou DiBELLA?
No. Don't be silly. So, there's other people involved in the process. And today we had a good conversation. And I said, look, all I'm asking for is half a dozen questions that I need answering to tell you if we're wasting our time or not.
Where the money is, etc.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
That's a good point. Where is the money?
What, the money?
Yeah,
it's in escrow.
Is it?
Are you talking about your fight or Joshua's fight?
His money's safe. It's with me. He's looking well, the boy, isn't he?
Yeah. It's safe. I'm all right. I'm in good shape.
So, but as I said, and as Tony would say, they've made an offer.
I'll run that one again.
I know.
They haven't
yeah.
made an offer. Stop saying
Well,
that.
Deontay Wilder has.
No,
but,
they haven't made an offer. How can you make an offer without contract? It doesn't make sense.
well, basically,
if someone said to
But
me,
his email said that you kind of did the same thing originally with your offer
but
to them.
this is what happens, Scoop. You make an offer, right? So say Tony was fighting David Hay.
just made the perfect example. UFC come to me and say 10 million when you fight Michael Bisping, and I'll say yes, I'll do it. And then they send the contract, and then we look over it. If I say yes, I'll do it, and I'll sign. Okay, let's sign a blank piece of paper, and then what it says on that piece of paper when you've just signed a blank piece, they put, I own your life. I own the rest of your career for 50 million. That's what it could say.
It's about protecting your client at the end of the day.
He's not going to sign a blank piece of paper.
No, but also it's not a case of they want him to publicly accept the fight. Then you get the terms through which are unacceptable, and then you've got to like pull out of the fight, and the public don't care about the terms. But we haven't built AJ to a position where you just go, yeah, give me the money and like just tell me where it
come
is.
out and said, get me 50 million, I'll accept.
Yeah, but we will
Show the contract. Of course they will. Just show them the contract then.
But we will, if this is the right deal and the terms are right, we will, and we're interested.
So what are your questions? I'm assuming they're to do with TV rights and things?
Loads of things. Where is it? That's a great example. I mean, it could be in Alabama. Listen, if it's in Alabama, but like, if we're going to gamble in this fight, which we're prepared to do, we've got to have some kind of. I've got to have some kind of control to protect my client, right? So where is it? Vegas, no problem. New York, no problem. England, we're a lot more interested. Alabama, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, come up, China.
Forgot about them
No
places.
thanks. We're not interested in saying yes. Then you whore Joshua's name out to try and attract the money. Don't work like that.
That's a good point. That to be
Of course
fair.
it is, but who's the money in the fight? Anthony Joshua. That's fine. You can put up the money, pay a load of money. We may
I
accept.
thought they agreed to 60-40.
No, that's what they wanted. We don't agree to 60-40.
Well, I wouldn't either when you generate so much. You've got to remember this fella was going to Russia for a $7.2 million pay split.
Yeah, 4.5 million or something himself.
Is that what I get?
4.5 or 5 million.
This fella was going to Russia. So why is there a problem about coming to England?
Wasn't
for 12.5?
Povetkin's awarded some money recently?
No,
Yeah, Lou
Povetkin-
DiBELLA lost a court case. What happened was they sued, as I understand it, they sued World of Boxing, Povetkin, for 4.5 million or 5 million, which was the purse. They won. And then Rybinski appealed, and then he won.
Right.
So they've had to
Okay,
give
so
that
they
money
paid
back.
the
Yeah,
4.5 million. I didn't know that.
But the thing is, when you negotiate a fight, hey, Bellew, the first one.
No, I didn't do the
No,
negotiations.
but the truth was, in that fight,
You had headaches.
it was like, Tone, trust me, this is the fight for you, right? And there's things we've got to
Yeah,
accept.
the first terms in the first fight were far. I wanted to just reverse the terms and get this fight, and he flatly refused everything. Did he or did he not? I just wanted to reverse the deal because I've won. Whatever, okay, the injury. I deserved the right to reverse the deal, and he flatly refused. No, I could have said at that point, I'm not fighting, but no, I didn't. I realised what everyone wants to see. They want to see Tony Bellew's head get punched all over the place. So I gave him an opportunity for a much lesser deal than he gave me. Should I have done that, Kugan? Would you have done that if you were in that position? If a man throws you a bone, you take the bone, eat the bone, and then next time you come back and he says, can I have that same, but I was in my right to go, I'll give you the same bone you gave me.
You're still winning though.
Don't know.
I mean, on Saturday, but also in life.
Oh, I've won.
Yeah.
I've clocked the game. I've told you that I've won. I've won anyway. I've won in life. I've won. You don't understand. I've won. No matter what happens, no matter what, I've won. Cracked it.
But what the fans really want to know is when you end Davey Day on Saturday,
Yeah.
give me a cuddle.
Give you the call.
Go straight to him if it happens.
I reckon he
if
will.
it
I reckon he
happens.
will.
I will.
Because
I will,
after,
'cause it's on my mind.
I don't even. There's two things that happen with me and Tony. Actually, a few things that happen. Number one is when he knocked out Makabu, I thought he was in a terrible.
Yeah,
thing.
and you.
So, but
yeah.
I look like I'm
and what
crying.
did you do? No, you didn't.
I'm going.
You liked me.
"Tone."
You told me
Yeah.
just. You
I
know
said,
what he
"Tone,
done?
calm down till
Pissed
he's
on me
alright."
chips. That's
Yeah.
what he done. I
did,
forgot
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
I
I said, calm down till he's
I was
alright.
in tears and he
And
went,
maybe
stop.
maybe that's why he mugged me off on
His
set.
words were, I was celebrating, about to go crazy, and he went, stop right now. And me, like a donut, just stopped.
That's why he got me back in. So.
I didn't get him
So there was that one with a hay thing that only the whole world's seen. And the next one is when we nutted each other after Joshua
That
Klitschko,
was the best.
which I don't even remember because I was so
don't.
pumped. He's come up, I've gone, yes, and we've full on headbutt.
How
Like,
did these people spot
I
these
don't know.
things?
but
This-
the worst thing is when you done that against Hay, I don't even remember that. It was only when I got out of the ring and it went trends, Tony Bellew, David Hay, Eddie
But
Hearn.
everyone forgets that I've done it to little legs as well.
Yeah, but it was
I
just
just
my
get off
face.
and get
Yeah,
off.
but it was my face. And then I turned around and I was like, I saw my old man and went, you'll do. Do you know what I mean?
When are you going to send this counter offer?
I've got, I know,
I'm gonna get out
yeah,
to
all right,
you,
see you,
Jim,
mate, yeah.
See you now.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to, I'm asking some questions this week that we're putting together that we need to know before. I don't want to waste anyone's time. If these answers are positive, we can look at.
Are you confident you'll get those questions answered though from their team?
I have to. I mean, look, if you don't want to send me a contract, like, they're not hard questions. They're just important questions that we can't move forward on unless you tell us. You know? So, like, they're trying to put him in a position to say, we just want to know, do you accept the deal? So if you want an answer on that, until you answer these questions or give us some information that we need, no, we can't. We can't accept the deal. Sorry. But
So are you waiting for that and then you'll
no,
put
I've
it
put them. Actually wrote them up on the car with you. If you were peering over my shoulder like you normally were, you would have read them.
I did.
No, you never.
I did. I can list you two of the questions right
no,
now.
you can't. Bullshit.
Right.
You were fucking asleep.
All right.
Excuse my language.
Do you want to call my bluff?
No, because you'll know. You probably know.
Well, I do know.
Here's a good one. Where is it? That's the first one. But again, they're not like difficult questions, but they're just things we need to know. Look, I work for Anthony Joshua. Despite this perception that Eddie Hearn is like the fighters do what Eddie Hearn says, you couldn't be more wrong. If he wants a fight, of course I'll give my opinion. My opinion is, you should take this fight. His opinion is, I want this fight. Therefore, it's up to me to try and make this happen. I have to protect Anthony Joshua's rights and his best interests. His whole career has been flawlessly planned to this moment. We're not messing up now. We will gamble. He will gamble in this fight. And he will fight for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Just has to be right. And we're not going to be unreasonable, but there's some things that need to be in place. And again, we're not just taking some dough and turning up wherever you let us know it is, like a plum as an away fighter, when he has built the opportunity and the respect to go in as a free belt world champion in undisputed fight.
Ed, with this counter offer, it won't be an increased flat fee offer. Will it be a percentage
Might be everything.
offer?
Might be an increased flat fee. Might have a percentage in there. Might be both. I don't know. But I'm not going to talk about, like, the one thing probably killing this fight is Shirley Winkle, because AJ will keep saying to me, why does Shirley keep putting out emails to the media? Like, the only way this fight gets made is behind closed doors, when bright people get their head together that have the best interests of the fighter at heart.
Is there a chance that this is a tactical move from them to make you just increase your
Everyone
offer?
said that. Everyone said that. I don't know. If it was, it probably worked. I believe, listen, their hope, let's have it right. Their hope is that it can generate 55, 60, 65 million. Wilder ends up getting paid, and they have a chance with their guy to box in America and become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. That's their gamble. And they believe that if Wilder beats Joshua and becomes the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, he becomes a pay-per-view fighter. He then becomes a big money generator for them, which he hasn't been so far in his career. That is the gamble. And that we know that. We know that. And that's what we have to make sure, that it's a fair cop. That's all. Like I said, AJ's prepared to gamble. But again, I have to make sure that I got his back.
This initial 50 million thing, can you just clarify? It's dollars.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? The offer?
No, as in the offer, but what Joshua
I think
wanted.
he said a couple of things. I think he said 50 million quid. Then they talked about $100 million fight. I think 50 million, I'll say this, $50 million is of interest to us.
Right, okay.
Okay? If the terms are right.
Did you know this come from our video, didn't you? You do know that.
Yeah, I
don't
know. You fucking started it all. That's you all over.
But he could have said 80 or 90. He come up with
Maybe
50.
it would end up being 80 or 90. But Josh, honestly, he really isn't bothered about the money. Of course, look, I have to make sure that I maximise every penny he gets. So does Freddie, who works, on his commercial side. Everyone does a great job of doing that. We've done it unbelievably. And Wilder will say, oh, Eddie Hearn, he's taking you for a ride, he's using... It's like, mate, Have you seen how much money AJ's making? And you think we're taking him for a ride? Deontay, you better get in a car and let me give you a spin around the block, mate, because you're getting mugged off. Heavyweight champion of the world, brilliant fighter, looks the part, talks the part, exciting to watch, and he's on peanuts. So who's looking after his best interests? So don't worry about us, we're in good shape. I believe this fight will get made, not just in 2018, but next. I do, and now is the time.
And here?
No, I mean, their offer is not for here.
Okay.
Okay?
You know that much?
Yeah, no, I don't know. They haven't confirmed that, but it's either...
Very unlikely, yeah.
The money's...
Unlikely.
As I said before, there is slightly more money in America than there is here. When I talk about slightly, might be 5 to 10 million, which could be the difference between Wilder accepting a fight and not. And if you give him home advantage, maybe he'll take less money. So what's the deal for Deontay? If AJ's getting 50, 5, 10 minimum, I don't know. But he'll have home advantage if we accepted a deal in America, and they could probably convince him to take less, with a bit of upside, if it went past 100 million.
If. Did you see Lou DiBella's tweet to you yesterday?
Yeah. Lou's like, one, Lou don't get any sarcasm. Two, Lou's like, I mean, you know, Eddie Hearn, no respect. Like, if he grew up where I grew up, he'd get his ass kicked 14 times. If I grew up where you grew up, Harvard. I believe Lou DiBella went to Harvard. The gangster of all universities. Right? Now, I'm from Essex, right? I was born in Essex. I went to college in East London. I'm a silver spoon kid. Can I look after myself? Don't know, maybe. Am I a tough kid? Absolutely not. But Lou DiBella, please don't pretend you are from the crude, rough streets of Brooklyn ghetto, because you, my friend, went to Harvard University and you ponce around with a baseball cap on and an earring. So don't worry about that. But Lou, again, I have to probably give Lou a call because he's getting it all wrong. I keep saying, all I'm doing is building things, making people relevant. Shirley and Lou, like what I've done for Lou DiBella's career is unbelievable. He should, I'm not saying he has to pay me, but he should definitely have a picture up of me in his lounge and thank me every morning. Because no one knew who Lou DiBella was till I started talking about him. But, you know, there seems to be no appreciation from him that I'm helping him out. But, again, next week we're in New York, and I think we'll get together at some point, me and Lou, and I can help him. I can give him some work, you know.
Why don't you invite him to your thing?
The launch.
Whatever you've got going on.
He might smash the place up. When that news drops, he's going to be in hiding.
I'd love an interview with DiBella.
Didn't James try?
Don't know. I did message Lou a couple of weeks ago.
Look, one thing, look. Again, I know, but fighters don't. Americans don't get a lot of sarcasm. So, Lou DiBella is a very bright man. He's achieved an awful lot in the sport of boxing, and I actually like him. I'll tell you something about Lou. He's extremely volatile. He's extremely passionate about sport and life, but sometimes you just don't get the banter. That's all.
Eddie Hearn, thank you very much for coming to iFull TV. We'll see you Wednesday. Public workout is at Spitalfields.
It's 12 till 2. Everyone welcome. Thursday, the final press conference. Friday is a weigh-in at the O2. And Saturday's a big fight night. And it's a big card. Big card. You know, sometimes you get two kinds of cards, don't you? You get the big names that aren't always in complete 50-50 fights. And then you get the 50-50 fights with still big names, but not quite the marquee names. I'll get stick for both of them. But what you've got on Saturday is the 50-50 fights. So you have Bellew against Haye, 50-50 fight. You have Ryder against Cox, brilliant fight, 50-50 fight. You have Ward against Tennyson, 50-50 fight. You have Paul Butler against Emmanuel Rodriguez for the world title, 50-50 fight. You have Joyce against Lemroy Thomas. Good fight. I think Joyce is a big favourite in that. You have Boazzi. He's not in a 50-50 fight yet, but so it's a really, really strong card. And I think you're going to get great value for money on Saturday night. Saturday was a great night in Brooklyn. Daniel Jacobs was in a great fight. Joel Miller looked good. Katie Taylor just lit up the place. After the 10 rounds, Roy Jones, Max Kellerman, everyone, the whole arena on their feet for Katie Taylor. And old Danny Aryalusinov and all. Jeez.
All right, let's go back home.
Coley Watkins. You love that, don't you?
I do love
It's right
that.
up your street at Coley Watkins.
I love it. I like both fighters.
British beef too.
Is that what you're going to call it?
No.
Have you
I'm
got a date
never
for it?
calling
You-
a fight
have
British
you-
beef again.
No. Have you announced a
Apart
date
from
for
British beef too.
it? Have you announced a date for it yet or not yet?
It'll be announced tomorrow. It's going to be a midweek at York Hall. It's too big for York Hall, that fight. But maybe the O2 is too big for a Cody Chamberlain, so we're just sort of evening it out.
Build your own venue.
But I'll tell you something now. That's going to be a big card at York Hall, and it's going to be unbelievable atmosphere.
Look forward to it.
Let's get it on, baby.
Thank you.